All right. Welcome, welcome. We are back at RAWC, Real Authentic Women Connect. And don't you love it? Rockin' women. That's what I always say. So we are here with another interview with my friend, Teya Young. And she is a realtor that has been actually in the real estate business for 18 years now. But she has an amazing heart. She has an amazing story. And I have to tell you how I met Teya was through her husband. And she's still a newlywed, 4 years. But her husband is Jason Young, and Jason owns Young Quest Fitness in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. And he was a big time fitness competitor. He was actually Mr. Minnesota, wasn't he, Teya?
He sure was.
He was a rock star. But I used to judge, well, I still judge different types of fitness competitions and pageants. And so he was a judge actually when I competed back in 1996. I believe that's how we met the first time. Anyway, it was so cool to bump into you a few months ago. And I said, I was just thinking about you, and I thought, okay, well, so Teya, you're frozen right now. You look like you're frozen. I'm hoping our connection is okay. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly, but
I think we might have lost her. Oh, there you are.
No, there you are. Yeah,
Okay.
I could hear you, but you were frozen.
Oh, okay. Perfect. You were frozen too. So we're good. We're good because we're going to we'll put this on YouTube, but then we'll put it up on the podcast as well. So anyway, I would like to introduce everyone to you, and I'm so excited to hear more about your journey, your story, how you became successful in real estate, and what interested you so much? What really got you started interested in real estate?
You know, it's such a goofy story. In fourth grade, I was invited to a hotel party in downtown Minneapolis at the Embassy Suites. It was a beautiful building and space, and they had an indoor pool, and I had never seen anything like that in my life. I walked in and I saw the marble, the glass, the fountains, and I was in love. I knew right there that something happened, but it wasn't until 3 years later. I was outside with my dad in South Minneapolis, and this city bus drove by. And back then, realtors were like wrapped around city buses. And I said, Dad, you see that? I said, that's what I'm going to be. I want to be a realtor. And 6 years later, I was in the business.
Really? Just 6 years later? That is amazing. So how did you start out then? Where did you, how did you get your license, and how did you begin?
Sure. I started when I was 19 as a part-time leasing agent at an apartment community, a huge, beautiful one in Edina. And then that moved into kind of a full-time role. And from there, I started to really realize that I loved the people. It was about meeting all the different people and hearing their stories and just kind of matching them up with the perfect home for them, even though it was a rental. It doesn't matter. Home is home. And so from there, it just snowballed. I went through that industry all the way up to regional management, where you manage multiple buildings and oversee multiple people. And about 3 years later, in 2002, was when I decided I think I should be actually be a realtor and get my license. And I did when I was 21-ish. Yeah.
That is so young. Do you know other people that started that young?
A few, yeah. They're out there. You just know.
I love it. You want to know, well, you know that I'm single, right? And so I don't go on dating sites, but I always, you know what I do instead? You're going to laugh. It has nothing to do with dating. But like my fun at night, like before I go to bed, I go on those apps, like whether it be Trulia or whatever, and I just look at properties. I love that. See, I missed my calling, I think, Teya. Maybe you and I should start a side deal. No.
Hey, we could. It is fun.
No, it's so fun. It's so fun. And you're so personable and warm. And I know that's what sets you, not that other people aren't, but you are set apart in your business. People are drawn to you because of your warmth.
Thank you.
What else would you say that sets you apart from other realtors? Because what, they're a dime a dozen, really, aren't they?
Oh, there's literally thousands of us. There's thousands. Every single person knows probably 10.
Yeah.
And, you know, I appreciate you saying that, you know, the warmth and just its authenticity, I think, does come across, and people recognize that. And I am authentic and passionate. And people use that word as, you know, it's kind of like cliche now to say, oh, I'm passionate about it. But I'm rooted in just the aspect of helping people, but combined with, like you said, flipping through and seeing the homes, because it's so much more than just a property. I mean, somebody built this. There was a crew of people out there digging a hole, pouring a foundation, putting up the walls, and all the love and hard work that goes into it. I mean, it's just an amazing, I get the chills because
I love that.
I just love it. I love everything about it.
Do you remember when I bumped into you when we were at the Prater Homes?
Oh, yeah.
And we were in that gorgeous home on the lake. And it's just fun to dream with people, isn't it? And to decorate in your own head. And I could see it. You were like me. I was like, and I love that because you know how some people are like with me, with nutrition and fitness and stuff. It's like when people start talking to me about that, they think, oh, you probably don't want to talk shop or whatever. Like I light up. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yes.
Yeah. And let's talk about business. I light up. But that's how you are with real estate. You just light up. It's just, you love it. It's part of who you are. And that's why I wanted to have you on the show because, you know, RAWC stands for Real Authentic Women Connect. And your authentic self and the things you love are the things that we want to highlight. And this just happens to be your business as well. So tell me what you love best about it.
Oh, there's so many things, but the things that stand out are meeting all the different people. And it's amazing how you can just connect naturally with people. My newest client, we're actually going out tomorrow. You know how I met them is just wild. They saw me putting out open house signs in the snowbank, in the snow, my scarf dragging on the ground. And they said, we came into the open house because you looked nice. And I said, what? That's the sweetest thing I've ever heard. And they reiterated it while we were in the open house. And they said, we just want to work with you. And I mean, it's things like that where you just naturally gel with people and you want to help them because it's not a sale. It's like if you're looking at a transaction, what's the fun in that? Like these people are looking for a home. Like what is going to be the best fit for them? And it's kind of like being a matchmaker. And then when you get to see that happen, it's like, yeah. And to be a part of something huge.
It is. It's so fun. And it's about the journey, right? And going through that with them because it's emotional, isn't it?
Totally emotional.
Super emotional. I mean, you get the highs, you get the lows. People put an offer, they don't get it. I mean,
oh my gosh.
I mean, you really have to be a, therapist on the side to help people through that.
100%. But that was my other career choice is I wanted to major in psychology. I thought this when I was young, and then real estate just, oh my gosh. But I get to do both.
Yeah.
I get the best of both worlds.
I love it. I really think that successful realtor, I really believe it's a gift. And I definitely know that you have that gift in you because you truly want to help people and you love it. And you're not, I mean, I always say money is a wonderful thing. That's why I love to coach people in business and help them succeed. But here's the deal of what I believe is that money in the hands of good people can do great things. And so, prosperity, you can measure prosperity in many different ways. But when it comes to money, money has never been my God. And I know it's not your God because we know the one true God, don't we?
Yes, we do.
And that shines through without you saying a word. And I love that. I mean, I love that about you. And
thank you.
So tell us a little funny story. Like tell us anything that's happened fun as you're, in your profession, any funny, silly things happen recently? I know this is random. I didn't prep you on this, but I mean, you got to have some stuff that happens, right?
Well, I mean, there's always something that happens. And I guess kind of a funny, more random thing that recently happened is one of my first virtual tours. Because, we're with COVID-19 happening, you have to take extra precautions. And one of the things that I offer is I go do a virtual tour when, first, like, okay, I'll walk through the rooms with you live so you can see, okay, well, how big is the closet, and just little things. And then if you really love it, we do an in-person tour. Well, I was walking out, I was in the driveway and I'm walking, recording, doing a pre-record, and I tripped on the curb. So it was one of those, doom, 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 like the camera just went everywhere. And then all you see is me bending down laughing to pick it up and delete it. So I didn't send that, obviously.
Oh, you should have.
But I probably should have. I didn't go all the way down, but it was just one of those like discombobulated moments.
Yeah. Oh, I've had so many of those. I remember one time, I used to teach fitness classes at the, back then it was called Northwest Athletic Club. Do you remember that? Before his lifetime. And we have these little stages where we teach our, aerobics classes. And, of course I had the huge, the bangs and the, we wore thong leotards. I'm so embarrassed.
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable. But I literally fell off the stage like more than once. And I mean, I'm so glad there wasn't social media back then.
Right?
I love it. You could make a video with, realtor bloopers or something. That'd be kind of fun. Oh my
gosh, that would be a ride. Or just the stories. Oh gosh, crazy things happen.
Yeah, I'm sure. Very cool. So, so you're married. You don't have children. I know you guys are big animal lovers. Tell me about that.
Well, okay, it's funny because we definitely are huge animal lovers. We live on a pond. We feed the ducks cracked corn every day. We've got bird feeders like everywhere. But I had 2 cats and he had a cat and a dog. So we kind of Brady bunched. And so now when people ask, we're like, we have 3 cats and a dog. They're like, whoa. But we Brady'd them. So it's a little different. I don't know that anybody specifically seeks out to have 4 pets. Some do. But we didn't. We just came together.
Yeah, I love it. Kind of depends on how you grow up too. I always had so many animals growing up on a ranch in South Dakota. So, but yeah, that's kind of a lot.
It is.
If you wouldn't mind, I would love for you to share, I mean, we all have ups and downs. We all have struggles in life, right? And 100% in business. We just all do. And it's really a learning curve. And so I have 2 questions for you. What was, and it can be in business or life or whatever. What was some of like one of the hardest things that you had to maybe get through, and how you got through it, just to encourage people out there, especially during this time. People are looking for encouragement, and I think our stories are the most powerful thing that we have. I feel like God is constantly building our testimony and to use it for good, to encourage others. And so that's a big part of this podcast, is sharing the sometimes ugly stuff, but then this happened, I got through it, and this is how I got through it, and this is what came out. And none of us are finished, right? But do you have a story that you could share with us?
Absolutely. And it's kind of one of those, to be perfectly honest, it's still ongoing. But what I have done is relied on my faith. And ultimately, I just understand that having hope and giving it to God is the best plan of action, because in the end, you can't control the outcome of any situation. We are responsible for how we behave and how we respond. And my ongoing struggle is with my mom. She's a young gal, but she's just so physically ill and mentally ill. And when you have someone who struggles with mental illness severely and also has physical ailments that are pretty intense, where she literally cannot walk anymore. And this just happened in the last, oh my gosh, I suppose it'd be about 4 months now that she has lost her ability to walk. 2 years ago, she was also trying to overcome an opiate addiction, and we almost lost her. When you have mental illness and addiction and physical pain, I mean, how do you balance that? I mean, that's a really, really tough thing. And so, getting through that, to be her daughter and just support her, love her, have compassion and patience. I needed to call in my higher power, because I couldn't do it alone, because I'm human, and I started to get frustrated. I wanted to fix her. I wanted to fix her. I wanted to make her happy and healthy. And the acceptance kind of came in, that I'm not responsible for that. I can't do that for another human being. And I trust God has a path for her just as he does for me. And that is how I can have the patience and compassion that and love for her that she deserves and needs.
Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry that you have to go through all that, but I can relate 100%. It's not, you make it sound like it's easy, but I know it's not. It's not easy to let go and let God, because I've been through that a couple times. And you want to fix them, you want to help them, you want to, and then, for me, I just would love to share, just to even connect with you a little bit more on this, Teya, because I didn't know that about you. But so my mother was an alcoholic, growing up, and I was always wanting to fix her and help her. And my whole life goal during that time was just to take care of her. She ended up dying of cancer when I was pregnant with my second child. And it was like the most gut-wrenching, horrible thing, because I had become the mother and she had become the child. And people would reference things to me of being codependent. And my coping mechanism was to sit in my tough girl chair. Like little 2-year-olds do when they're little, me do it. That's kind of the role that I took on. And it's certainly not healthy. And so, codependent means I need people. I don't need anybody. That was kind of what happened with me over the years, and why I had so many struggles until I could really look at it in the face and say, wow, I'm codependent. I think I can help and fix and save people. And it's a good thing, because you have a big heart. People that do that have really big hearts, but it actually can destroy us as humans. And so I am so proud of you, because it is so hard. I mean, I know your pain. And I'm just like, wow, that you're able to do that. That's amazing. That's amazing. So that's something I really we should do another podcast just on that alone, because there's so many people out there that struggling. Just need to draw from other people's strengths that maybe aren't going to the groups that are out there for those types of things. But girl, right? It took me years of therapy.
Ditto.
And still,
but it helps.
Yeah, it's so helpful. But you know what? I still have to have a reset once in a while, because
100%.
I just want to scoop people up and just take care of them and save them. And it's just not our job,
It's not healthy.
So
it's not healthy, but it's what we're taught, and it's what we knew. And we recognize now that maybe it's not the best plan.
Yeah. So, wow. So how is she doing now?
We actually just had a care conference yesterday that was over 90 minutes. She is in a transitional care unit right now due to pneumonia and the inability to walk. So they're trying to decide as we speak about, 1 week from today, they're going to determine if she can go back to her group home or if she needs to go to a nursing home. And she's
not very old.
Turned 64.
Oh, that's so young. I'm so sorry. Well, everybody out that's listening, let's pray for Teya's mom. And we know, and we've seen God do miracles, and he can do it again and again and again, right?
I totally agree.
Yeah. So, back to what you do for work and everything. I mean, it's hard to show up for people. And when I mean show up, you know what I mean? Like, there are days when I don't want to come on here, and I'd scheduled it out, and maybe people are really busy and I can't reschedule it. But you got to just show up and do your best no matter what. So it's kind of like, okay, take those emotions, put them in your back pocket, right?
Yes.
And show up. And that takes such discipline. And I see you as someone very disciplined, and yet you keep a smile on your face and remain an encourager and there for the people that need you, right? That hired you to do your job. So I just want to say bravo. I love you even more now. Yeah. We've all been through it, right? And so.
Oh, definitely. And it's so important to show up, like you said, and really be there and be present. And the thing people should remember is it gets you out of your own head. You know, if you're helping somebody, how can you possibly be feeling icky? It's impossible. When you're
You're
helping another person get through something, solve something, do something, everyone wins.
That's right. I agree 100%. 100%. So tell me the big dream. What's your big dream? What are your goals? What do you want to see happen within the next year, 3 years, 5 years?
Oh my gosh. I actually have a list of 37 my whys. My why is huge to me. My why motivates me. All 37 of those things, some silly, some trivial, like I want to go to Australia. um, but it's still a goal. It's still, and it's a lofty goal. But one of the biggest things I want to do is there's a couple places that are really near and dear to my heart that have to do with recovery and treatment. And one of the biggest things that I want to do in this coming year is be able to donate to their gala, which would give someone the opportunity to have treatment, a 30-day inpatient treatment. So that's
Awesome.
very near the top of my whys.
Which is it? Tell us, which one are you passionate about? Is there a certain specific gala?
Yes,
Would you
it's
want to
the
share?
Imagine Gala from the retreat in Wayzata.
Awesome. I don't know about that. So I'm very passionate about that as well. The Imagine Gala. When is it? Let's go. I'll grab a date.
Exactly. It's in
Jason,
October.
set me up.
Well, it's hopefully in October with everything that's going on. Who knows? You know.
Yeah.
But we'll see. And then the actual number one thing on my whys is to be able to get my mom into a really beautiful, really comfortable setting and facility. They're very expensive, but that is number one on the list of 37.
That is so awesome. Well, I want to feature you again soon because we all have so many questions. We want to know, like what is the market like? Is it a buyer's market or a seller's market right now? What is it?
That's an excellent question, and it depends on the market. For people that are selling that are in the 350,000 and under range, seller, out the door, multiple offers, things are going like crazy. But then when you get to like the 500 to $1 million, it's a little bit slower. You're not seeing as many showings, and you're not seeing quite the multiple offer situation. So the market in general, you can't really say a general market. You have to kind of segment it a little bit. And so hopefully that answered your question.
Okay. That's good to know. Well, if you ever want me to come and video you doing a live and, it'd be fun. I think maybe we should do that. You could do a tour and we could go on live with that.
That would be super fun. And I'm sure my brokerage would probably love that.
Tell us more about that. Tell us about your brokers. You didn't share that. Share more details. How can people reach you? Tell us what you're looking for business, because we all love you now and want to help you.
Oh, well, I would love that. That's awesome. I am with Engel Völkers out of Minneapolis. We're at the corner of 16th and Hennepin, so like literally looking at the Basilica. And people can reach me via mobile, 952-393-6839, or via email or website, teyayoung.engel or evrealestate.com. And as far as clients, what I'm looking for, like-minded people that are just kind of in harmony with wanting to find something and being educated, because I'll teach you anything you want to know. And if you don't, if you want to keep it simple, we can keep it simple. But really, I kind of conform to what my clients are hoping for and looking for, and we take it at their pace.
Say your number one more time, a little bit slower.
Oh, sorry, sure.
Okay.
952-393-6839.
Okay, perfect. And spell your name for your email address.
That's a really good point, because my name looks like Teya, but it's pronounced Teya. So it's Teya, Teya, Young, Young, evrealestate.com.
That's simple. That's easy. Okay, cool. I have a million questions I want to ask you right now, but I guess we'll go offline and we can record, and I can push those out another time too. So I am so happy you came on. I love your heart. I love your whys.
Thank you.
I just want you to have the greatest success, because money in the hands of good people can do great, great, great things. And so I'm just blessed to know you. And we need to go and have fun and go for a walk or something, you know.
Yes,
We aren't going to be shut down much longer. I'm feeling pretty positive things are going to shift here. I know that I'm going to be heading out down south. They're opening some states. I'm the chief education officer for stem cell injection therapy. I'm kind of a science geek that way. So I do that as well. 3 days a week, and I travel and I do seminars in stem cell injection therapy. And so I'm going to be heading south. So I'm on the 18th, Tennessee. We'll see. I hope it doesn't get canceled, but I'm ready to work. Being an entrepreneur during these times, a little bit tricky.
It is a little tricky, isn't it? Yeah. You have to get real creative.
Both you and your husband are entrepreneurs.
Exactly.
So, yep. Good. So, well, you know what? God's got our back. And so I just want to thank you again for being on.
Thank you so much.
Any last comment you'd like to make?
You know, I think I would just say to keep smiling and stay optimistic. You know, being optimistic is not faking this positivity. It's just trusting and having faith that everything is going to work out, because it always does. That's
good. That's right. All right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on. And to all of you in the RAWC community, Real Authentic Women Connect, if you know a fantastic woman, I want to have her on the show and highlight her excellence and the things that she's passionate about. It can be her family, her faith, her business, or just fun stuff. So thanks for being on again, and we'll talk to everyone soon. All right. Thank you, Teya. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.